Hi, my name is Jamshed, and I am from Houstonprofessionalwomen organization. This platform is to recognize and to highlight all the powerful and remarkable women from our community, and we try to bring them on this platform, and so they can share their stories, they can share their journey with you guys, and you can get inspiration from them. And we try to acknowledge the work they are doing for the community. So today I have an honor to have a remarkable woman from our community, Toni Wallace, on this platform. So we will be sharing her story. This interview is quite a combination of serious and couple of light questions. I hope you're going to enjoy that. So keep joining us on this platform. I'll be bringing a lot of people on this platform, and you can enjoy, you can celebrate these women with me on this Houston Professional Women Organization platform. Today, I have an honorable guest with me, and I don't know how much do you know, like the judges, how much role they play in our community, and what do they have to offer to the community. That's why I have another judge with me to introduce you. I know you already know, especially Houston, they know about this judge. But on this platform, I requested her to come on and give a little bit about, what she is doing. And I know she is doing a lot of things. And she is also first African-American female judge appointed in Fort Bend County. She's a former judge seeking election to Fort Bend County Court at Law Number 4. She has on experience being a judge who follows the law. She is a former prosecutor who understands the law. She is lifelong Fort Bend County resident who is ready to serve you next year. So she is ready. Let's see how many things she has to offer and what she has to share with you as a community member. Please welcome and help me to honor Judge Toni Wallace here at the. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for giving us your time. I know you've been busy. I know you have family, and you are always running around. So before I jump on to the really, really serious questions, I want to hear something about you. Tell us what do you do, and tell us your strength being a woman.
So right now I am a judge in Fort Bend County Court at Law Number 4. And it's a crazy busy job, but it is the best job I've ever had. I truly enjoy every day that I come to work, even the tough days. I go home with a sense of accomplishment, knowing that the things that I'm doing are touching the lives of people in my community. As a judge, especially in the county of court that I'm in, we cover about 5 or 6 different areas of the law. So every day looks different, but I see it as an opportunity every single day to make a difference in somebody's life, whether it's a juvenile, because we cover juvenile cases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we do probate cases, we do criminal cases, we do civil cases, we do mental health cases. So every different docket, which is an assortment of cases for that day that are assigned to my court, every docket is an opportunity for me to really say to the people that are appearing before me. It used to be in person, but right now we're on Zoom. But it's an opportunity to say, what happens to you matters to me. And so I want to take the time to understand what's going on and to take that chance to really make a difference in people's lives.
I really love the thing you just said, whatever has happened to you, that really matters to me. Because I think with that passion, if you are that much compassionate about others feeling or like how much they are going through, then obviously you can get into it, and then you can be at a position, and especially you are in a position to resolve these issues, and with your law, with your, mental capacity, and with your, all that knowledge, I think you can see, what people are doing and how you can help them out. So with this, it's amazing. Thank you so much. And before I get on to, the platform you are right now, Houston Professional Women, are one of the basic element is to celebrate the women, to celebrate their achievement, to celebrate whatever they are doing. And I know every woman in her own capacity is doing a lot, especially managing the house, professional life. And I know some of them are also doing the community work, parallel to all these two areas. So that's why I brought you in, because I really appreciate the things you are doing for the community. And the best thing about you, I know you for so long that whenever I see you in events in any particular places, the smile on your face and the friendly attitude, it makes my heart melts, especially when I ever approach you and it's not me, because I know at one point we were also didn't know each other, but the way you treated me, the way you greeted me, it was very friendly. And I think when you are at a position, when you are at a higher level at the leadership position, and you have that humble attitude, that matters a lot, especially that makes the people comfortable talking to you, that makes the people to get back to you if they have any issues, if they have anything to share. If they're comfortable with you, they will definitely get back. If they're not comfortable with your attitude. So what is the secret behind this beautiful smile? Tell me about that. How do you manage,
It
because I know it's a stressful field. So how do you manage that?
It's really just a piece. It's an inner peace that I have. I know that, God has put me in this position, particularly as a judge, for a purpose. And so knowing that, I really just tap into that blessing and knowing that I am here to bless somebody else. And I'm a people person. I like to meet people, and I also like to listen to people. I'm a journalist, actually by
Oh,
trade.
wow.
My
That
training.
that I didn't know that. That's nice,
Yeah,
because I'm also a journalist.
yeah,
So that's why, if you're a people person, if you are a journalist, you must be curious to know what's going on with other people's life,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. And one of, the core foundation, or one of the fundamental things that you learn as a journalist is that everybody has a story. And every person has a journey. And so as a journalist, it becomes your role to pull that out of people and to get that story out of them. And some of the same skill set that make really good journalists is the same skill set that make a really good lawyer and a really good judge. And that's being able to read and write and listen, and being able to craft an argument. As a lawyer, you have to craft an argument so that you're telling the judge a story. And as a judge, I have to be listening with an ear to be able to ask the next question or to fill in the blanks when I need to make a ruling. So I think that that skill set as a journalist just kind of transitions over into what I do on the bench. And it allows me to give people the opportunity to tell their story in a setting that, like you said, it makes them comfortable, and it gives them the opportunity, because that's really what people want to do when they come into my court. They're like, Judge, I want to tell you what happened, and I want you to know, my side of it, my version of the truth. And it's my job to give them that opportunity to listen and then apply the law to whatever their story is, apply the law to the facts, and then come up with, a decision or a ruling that makes sense by following the law.
Yes, yes, exactly. And one more question about you, because I have a couple of very light questions before I jump. So one more serious question. Tell me briefly about your journey. How did you get into law? That was your area of interest, or yeah, somebody forced you? Like in our Asian culture, I know parents always want the kids to be doctor, engineers, or all that. So what about you? Tell me about your journey.
Um, Yeah, I think that transcends cultures, because my dad sat me down. I think I was probably in high school, and he was like, "Okay, So I need you to be the doctor of the family. And I was like, yeah, math and science is not my thing. So, as I stated before, my training is as a journalist. I went to the University of Texas in Austin, and I majored in broadcast journalism. And I tell people all the time, I was on my way to be an Oprah. Like that was my path, that was my goal. And it didn't work out that way. I worked in TV news for a year or two,
Mhm.
and then quickly discovered that that was not the line of work that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And my boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband, um, kind of persuaded me to go to law school. And my dad also wanted me to. After I told him I wasn't going to be a doctor, he was like, "Okay, well then I need you to be a lawyer." So I went to law school,
So that other
and
condition came in. So the next option you had was that to be an attorney. Okay.
exactly. But while I was in law school, I really fell in love with the law. I really loved everything about the structure of it, how it gives you rules for life, and it really it sparked this interest in me to become a lawyer, to be able to help people. That's always been a passion of mine, is being able to help people. And so I saw the path of being a lawyer as a way to help people and to use my knowledge as a lawyer to make a difference in other people's lives, whether it's helping to solve their problems or helping them think through and come up with creative solutions. I just saw that as an opportunity to do that. And practiced law for about 13 or 14 years, ultimately ended up in the district attorney's office in Fort Bend County, where I was a prosecutor for a couple of years. I was a juvenile prosecutor. Then I was promoted to a felony prosecutor. And then I got tapped on the shoulder to be a judge. They had a spot, they were opening a new court, and they needed a judge to sit for a year before the election of the judge that would take the seat ultimately. And so I agreed to do that for a year. And when I was a judge in court 5
Mhm.
in 2016, that's when I really fell in love with the bench. And when I got the opportunity to run for this bench in court 4 in 2018, I jumped on it and never looked back. It's the best job I've ever had.
So your dad must be proud of you because you listened to him finally, not the first option, but at least the second option, right? I
Yes,
just
yes,
heard
he's
that you said you have the boyfriend at that time and then you married to the same person. So how long you been married, now? How long is that time period? I want to listen that love story too.
it,
I that might be
it will
interesting
be
too.
20 years actually. We celebrate 20 years in July.
Oh wow. Okay, congratulations. Mine too. We just had that 20-year anniversary, in this month.
Congratulations,
Yes,
love.
yes,
I
yes.
love love.
Okay. So how many kids you have?
I have 3 kids. I have a daughter. She's 18, getting ready to graduate. She's going to leave me. I'm so sad.
Oh, I know.
And then I have 2 boys. My boys are 14 and 12.
Okay. So, what is the best part you enjoy being a mom? I know it's hard to manage the both things, but how do you manage
Oh,
it?
you know, um, every stage of their life has been different. I'm really enjoying this teen stage right now
Mhm.
because when they're babies, you're folks so focused on, I mean, basically keeping them alive,
Right.
but also you're focused on teaching them this and making sure they're eating right, and so you don't really get to enjoy them
Totally
as
agree.
much.
I
um,
agree.
as they have become teenagers, and my preteen, he'll be 13 this month. So it's just been interesting to see the kind of people that they are becoming. And every child is different personalities, different likes, different strengths, different weaknesses. But I have really enjoyed watching them just become the kind of people that I would like to hang out with. Like, I like hanging out with my kids because they're funny and they do crazy things. And I think they're the kind of friends that I would have liked to have had when I was their age. So I'm really enjoying this stage right now.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you because I have one teenager, two teenagers, both are now teenagers, and I really see the things that probably we didn't have at that age. So I appreciate, they have more exposure, probably that's why. or they are more into, I wasn't involved in politics and all that at their age, they are not right now, because I think because of the environment, because of the exposure, because of the media. So I also appreciate and enjoy, their company, because I'm learning a lot from them. That's the teenagers, we have. So
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the
They
kids,
definitely have, and they definitely have opinions about
Yeah, they
things
are very
and kind
opinionated.
of,
Yeah, they are very
yeah,
opinionated.
their take on stuff. I'm like, I would have never thought of it like that, or I would have never, put those two things together. But yeah, they definitely keep me on my toes, and we have some really interesting conversations in my house. It's very
That's nice.
interesting.
Okay, I have a couple of like quick questions. You can answer like one word or one sentence. They're going to
Okay.
be very quick and they're very light, And if you
Okay.
just want to pass on, you can tell me, "Ann, but I don't want to answer that." That's okay with
Okay.
you. Okay, so let's get on to them. What inspires you the most?
um, I think the thing that is it just I just have to have a one word answer.
No, no, no. You can answer,
Oh,
in
okay,
a
okay,
sentence.
okay,
That's
okay.
fine.
The thing that I think inspires me the most is when I see people that are compassionate, because it actually requires more strength, I think, and a sense of self to be compassionate than it does to just disregard people. So I think compassionate people really inspire me.
Okay. One thing about you that scared you, but now you have overcome that.
Um, Procrastination.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really I'm horrible at. I used to be really really bad, and it's come back to bite me in the butt enough times that I no longer. I try really really hard to not procrastinate, because it never ends well.
I think you are not alone in this boat. I think many people, even including me, so that's okay. But I think we need to work on that eventually, and slowly we'll get over
Yes.
it. Okay, my next one
Yes.
is what one thing that you're proud of yourself?
I'm proud of a few things. I'm proud that I have courage. Courage is something that is in short supply, I think. But when you have it and you utilize it, it can make all the difference in the world. I mean, having the courage to run for an office in a county that doesn't necessarily elect people that look like me, that took a lot of courage. I think you and I have talked about this before, but I've had a journey with breast cancer. And just when I got the diagnosis, first of all, I had an amazing surgeon, but who was a praying woman, which was a blessing in and of itself. But when I got the diagnosis, there was never any doubt in my mind that we were going to fight it. And it was just a matter of, okay, let's come up with a plan to fight it. And my husband, he was just like, I can't imagine how much strength it takes for you to know that you have cancer, and to not let it just completely ruin your life. So just, I think having the courage to face things, to face challenges, and to overcome those obstacles is the one thing
Absolutely, absolutely
that
right.
I'm.
What's the worst thing you have ever done? Quite difficult,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I'm probably gonna pass on that.
Okay, okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
pass on
That's
that.
fine. That's fine. Okay. What's something you are glad your mom doesn't know about you or your parents doesn't know about you? Anything, anything.
Um, so there were a lot of things that I got involved in college, that because I went to UT and I was gone. I was in Austin. And so my mom had this thing where every Sunday she would call me, and I knew she was going to call on Sunday afternoon. And so I would always make sure that whatever I was doing over the weekend, I was back in my place or wherever I needed to be on Sunday afternoon. So when she called, I could just be like, "Hey,
Okay.
we're great. Everything's good." So yeah, there was a lot of shenanigans that
I
happened
hope she
in
didn't
college.
do the Zoom meetings, right? At that time.
Yeah, no FaceTime, no Zoom, no nothing. It was really just literally a phone call, and it
Okay.
was, I'm great. Okay, gotta go. Bye. So
Okay. That's nice. Have you been ever caught doing something you shouldn't have?
Probably almost daily, whether it is something here at the office that I probably have no business getting into, or at home, my husband is good for, coming around the corner, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing, putting away, like hiding that I'm shopping on Amazon
Oh
on
my
on
God.
my laptop. Nothing, I'm not buying anything.
I'm not,
I'm not
I'm
doing
working.
anything. I'm working. I'm
I'm
working.
working. Okay. And what's the biggest misconception about you? What's people, think and you are not like that? What's the biggest misconception about you?
I think people see kind of the position and kind of see me out in the public, and they automatically think that, oh, well, she's going to be hard to talk to, or she's not going to be very approachable, or I think that's the common misconception. And it really, all it takes is for you, like you, Amber, like, just to walk up to me and just introduce yourself, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm very easy to talk to. Like I said, I love to meet people, and so if you give me an introduction, that's really all I need. You don't want to get caught in idle chit chat with me, because I will just continue to talk, and again, my journalist skills kick in, so I pick up on things that people say, and I will ask a follow-up question. So don't catch me at a cocktail hour if you don't really want to have like a really good conversation, because
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay.
ask
The
questions.
next one is, what's the best piece of advice you have been given?
Know your worth. To know your worth. When I first started working as a lawyer, my dad asked me to do some work for him, and I did it. And then he said, okay, well, send me an invoice. And I was like, I'm not going to send you an invoice because you're my dad.
Yeah.
He hounded me, and I finally sent him the invoice. And it was a couple of $100 worth of work. I mean, it wasn't just like something simple. I really did a lot of work for him. So I finally sent him the invoice, and he said later, he was like, well, I'm not paying it, right? And I
Oh,
was
really?
like, why did you make me send you an invoice? And he said, because you need to know the value of your work. And if you don't tell somebody else, then they won't value your work. And so as a lawyer, you have to learn that. I try to, when I talk to a lot of kids for career days, and I tell them, if you build houses, people can see what you built, and they can see, what it's worth. If you fix cars, they know, when I brought you my car, it didn't work. When I left, it did work. But as a lawyer, what they pay for is what's in your brain. And so if you don't equate that to some type of value, then people will just ask you all the time, hey, I got a question about this. Hey, can you help me with this? Hey, will you help me with this legal work? And if you don't charge them for it, or at least let them know what the value of it is, then you're actually doing yourself a disservice. And so knowing your worth, I think, from a professional setting is one thing, but I think that also transcends into knowing your worth as a person, knowing your value, knowing what you will and will not put up with in your personal life. I think that is also just as important.
That is beautiful. Yeah, I totally agree with that. That is beautiful. Uh,
Especially as women. Let me put that, especially as women, because we tend to give more of ourselves and not really equate that with a value, or we tend to just say, oh, well, you know what, it's not that big a deal. But it is. We
it is.
sacrifice a lot. We sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our bodies. And so we have to know our worth and our value, and put ourselves first sometimes, because some people won't.
That's true. That's true. What have you purchased that's been the biggest waste of money? I still
um,
regret of that. Why did I buy
what
it?
the first thing is that pops in my mind is those, okay, this is going to sound crazy, those wipe warmers. You remember what it was, like a little box of warmers that you would put by your baby's little thing. And now granted, my youngest is 12, so clearly it's been a while since I had to buy wipes and
Mhm.
warmers. But that's the first thing that pops in my head, because I think it was the biggest waste of money. Like, you warm the wipes, and by the time you pull
You,
the wipe out and put it on the
it's
baby,
already
it's cold. So it's like, what is the point of this? But I had to have one.
You have to have one, right?
My first baby. So that was probably the biggest waste of money. There's probably been others, but that's the first one that popped in my head.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm left with only two last questions.
Okay.
What defines a strong woman to you?
Um, a strong woman is a woman who never takes no for an answer, and just finds every way possible to accomplish her goals. And sometimes that just means overcoming obstacles and hurdles that are put in your way, but never giving up, just perseverance.
Perfect. Perfect. Any message for all women out there who are listening to you, especially the young girls,
Wow. If I could give a message to my younger self, it's some of the same things you always hear, like buy the shoes, go on that vacation, enjoy your family, have fun with your friends, go out for those drinks. You know what I mean? Find that balance in life, because I think as women we focus so much on our career and our goals in our career, and that's another area where we're constantly being told no, or we're being limited in what we can do. And so I think it's great to be driven in that way, but finding that balance, I think, is so important, to not only enjoy your friends, but to
know?
also just like enjoy yourself. And there, so another part of that is don't be afraid to go out to dinner by yourself, go to the movies by yourself, enjoy yourself, because once you really get comfortable with who you are and comfortable in your own skin, then that confidence just exudes, and you attract other people who are just like you, and then you can enjoy their company, and it just becomes a circle of friends, that you can really love and enjoy.
Thank you so
So
much.
many lessons there. There's so many more things I want to say, but I know we're short on time, so I could talk about that
No,
for
no, that's fine.
another.
That's fine because the young girls, they always look up to the women, who are already in the leadership positions and they want to listen to you. That's why we ask the women, any advice for young girls if they are pursuing any careers, if they are like, and you are perfectly okay. Like if you are not, if you're, especially if you're balancing your life with your career, with your personal life, I think that's the best if you can do it because the time will never come back
Yeah,
if you are in your 20s or 25, this time will never. So don't put yourself so, or don't push yourself so hard that you forget that you are not getting this time ever back in your life. So enjoy that age
yeah,
too. And enjoy your own
mhm,
company too.
definitely.
That's what you just mentioned. I think that's the really good piece of advice. Because sometimes we
Yeah,
forget about ourselves. And we didn't realize that this is the time we have to enjoy our
yeah,
this age as well. And we are busy in pursuing the career, and we are busy doing the other stuff. So that's why we totally forget that piece of a life.
yeah. And
So,
we get so focused and so driven, and sometimes you just have to step back and just say, you know what, today I'm not going to do it. Today I'm going to take a mental health day and just, you know what I mean, just go to the salon, get your nails done, get a mani pedi, have fun, and then that work that you left, it will be there the next day. I promise, it's not going anywhere.
that is true. Thank you so much. I'll be ending this conversation with one of the piece of advice you have on your Facebook, that a woman's enduring faith makes her powerful. A woman is a fighter.
Yeah,
She can fight for our own freedom and decide what she wants. No matter what we go through, we dust ourselves off, go back up and fight even harder. I really love that piece you shared on your wall, and I want to end up with this piece of writing. Thank you so much once again for joining us at Houston Professional Women Organization. We are honored to have you as a community member, and especially your attitude, your humbleness, and that really inspired me a lot. That's why I approached you. That's why we being friends for, I think, last couple of years. And whenever I
couple of
approach you,
years.
you are always willing to help us. We are always willing to be there. So we really wish you best for your upcoming year. And thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you for inviting me. And if anybody ever needs anything at all, Judge Toni Wallace, I'm here, County Court of Law number 4 in Fort Bend County. We've got a website up and Facebook page and all of that. So please reach out. I'm happy to help in any way I can.
I think after your interview, you'll be getting, they know you're friendly, so they will not be afraid of that position. They will definitely get back to you. Thank you and have
Good.
a great day. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right. Bye, Amber.
Bye. I have this platform especially for all the women, all the professionals out there who want to promote their business, who want to support each other, who want to have a community who is always there for them, for the referral business, for promoting their business, and to get connected. We'll be having networking events. We'll be having a lot of resources for all the women who are on the platform. And this is not only for the women, especially the businesses out in the community. We support local businesses, we give them referral business, and we also promote their business. So if you are a business owner and if you want to join us as a business member, you are more than welcome, and we will give you all the resources we have on our platform, and we welcome you all in here.